Porzingis on the drive, finishes against Leonard. Leonard for three. That's it to
Thank you, Kat. I was having a good night until I heard the most disgusting display of front running out there in the lobby from minutes ago. From this guy to the right of me, Voss, this guy's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he tried to slide a little slick question in on the QC about old Dak. You're gonna slide in off here. You know, you don't want to.
It wasn't just specifically about Dak. It's about quarterbacks in general.
Oh, but I felt like it was more tailored to.
You're that fan.
Yeah.
You know, you go off and on the media, but when you see them in person, you're like, oh, hey, hi.
No, I'll never kiss those guys' ass. Never.
Are you?
Never.
Was
Never.
it Quincy? Was he like this to you, Mr. Carter?
Yeah.
What was it like playing for the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass man.
You should be
here,
ashamed.
man. And I respect what your work and what you do, man. I just asked a general
You should
question.
be ashamed of what you're
What's going on
doing. You
here?
should be ashamed of the broadcasting you're doing
What's
tonight.
going on? It was a general question.
Well, we'll get to you in a minute.
By the way, I just want to say this.
Go ahead.
As you can see, there's a plate in front of me because I've been.
It's gone.
Oh yeah, it's gone. Barry Best Barbecue, goodness. So go check him out. I got to give him a shout out. He's right there looking at me, giving me the thumbs up right
Hey,
there.
them ribs is pretty good.
Tell him to put his gun away though. Why
Oh yeah.
Oh, hold on. So,
What are we doing here?
gotta stay strapped. Yeah, you know.
What are we doing?
Welcome to the
That's
Wild
not about
Wild.
Conda. That's
Welcome
not
to the
about
Wild
Conda
Wild
season.
West.
QC, we got Quincy Carter here. I want to talk to you about something real quick. She's not here tonight, but we have I remember last time we talked to you on the phone, she was here. That would be our good friend Lindsay. She's a big proponent for Jimmy Johnson. I myself am a big proponent of Mr. Bill Parcells. I think that Bill Parcells, if stayed, would have got us a Super Bowl. I think that we should have won a Super Bowl with him. You know, somebody fumbled the snap at the 1 yard line and got tackled.
We don't have to talk about that.
Facts, you know.
Somebody should have put a new football back that night. But anyway, go on.
You got to be ashamed of yourself. What you doing right now? Can you talk to me about the relationship between you and Bill Parcells and what you think about him and how instrumental he was in your career here, in your time here in Dallas?
Man, it was special, man. It was special because for the first time, I felt like I got my high school coach back. You know, and that high school feeling of somebody wanting to see you do great, but then gonna push you so far where you almost like dislike them. And that's how it was with Bill. From, you know, us being in the cold and hot tub together, we basically was the last ones to leave 9 or 10 o'clock at night. The guy's support system he put around me, the Richie Andersons, the Terry Glenns. R.I.P. I know. Yeah, man. That was my dog too. Good people, man. But then the infrastructure of his coaching, man, you know, how he went about, you know, everybody reminds me of that play with Antonio Bryant.
Yeah, that's what we just
Well, on the sideline against the Giants on Monday night. But he literally told us the first day we started running that play, like, hey, this play XQ is going to win us a football game. And it just so happened to be early because it's a play where, you know, we acting like we're running a deep corner route, but we want to get at least about 35 yards to get in the field goal play. Field goal play and kick a field goal. And he literally told us that from, you know, the turnover margin, the percentages of you winning the game, from all that. Every 100 yards you win in the kicking game, whether it's return yards, kickoff yards, and adding those up equals 3 points. I mean, it got that deep. He was deep with it, man. So it's just that, man, he broke the game down like none other, man. It was a gift, bro.
So he revealed this back in 07, became like an analyst on Monday Night Football. That was like, remember they were doing remember the Romo Bills game? They brought up the whole thing about the quarterback rules that he said he gave to Tony. Did he give you anything similar that this is what you need to do as a quarterback? This is what I expect out of you. Did he kind of detail any kind of specific ways he wants his quarterback?
Well, it's always run your team, man. Yeah. And you know, you're the CEO of this team, right? And how you go, this team's gonna go. You know what I mean? Win or lose, you know. And so that was the blueprint, man. And you go out and work your butt off, and you prepare yourself. And on Sundays, man, hey, you go out and try to win a football game.
So he was never okay. So the public perception, and we hate these in the workplace, but they're called micromanagers. Did you ever feel like Bill Parcells was a micromanager? Did he ever tower over you, or was that soccer mom who just hovered over you? Helicopter mom? Was he a helicopter coach?
No, he cared. And, you know, he gave you what he thought that he knew about you as a player and as a person. So that's how deep he was with it. You know, that sometimes I wanted to change, let off me a little bit more in the passing game. I did, you know. But now, did I give great evidence that I can go out and beat somebody throwing 40 times a game? No. So, you know what I mean? So he knew, he just knew your switch, but he, you know, he lived it.
Yeah.
To know your switch, to know everybody player's switch, to know what we wanted to try to accomplish as a team, whether it's running, whether it's passing. He knew Jason Witten was getting ready to catch a lot of balls coming down the second half. I started having a conversation with Jason Witten his rookie year because Bill said it. Hey, second half, this guy right here is going to be your best friend because now everybody's going to play us cover two.
Vertical.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, protect outside with Terry because we got hot early. You know what I mean? So just the little things of him predicting that. And, hell, Jason had like over 50 catches in like 7 games. It was crazy. Yeah. You know?
What is your favorite game as a Dallas Cowboy?
It's got to be my birthday game. In 2002, that passed to Antonio Brown at the end of the game. It had no significance. We were like 2 and 3, but it was my birthday.
Yeah.
It was my birthday. But now a proud moment, you know, was beating the Giants at home and getting a playoff berth. But I know I kill people when I bring up that game. Like, bro, like just because it was your birthday, yeah.
Well, I would too. It's my birthday.
Well, the thing is that time was so special that you and Parcells came together and got the Cowboys to the playoffs. That's what everybody remembers you for here in Dallas. They somebody say something negative. Hey, but he took us to the playoffs.
I know. I hear that all the time.
But how does that make you feel to hear people say something like, with all the, you know, the hate that people put that on you, to hear something like that? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good. But man, I'm a competitor, man. And I know I cut myself short. People like, oh man, why you always bring up something negative? Man, it's real. You know what I mean? I cut myself short, man. And you know, choosing basically drugs and alcohol over the game, you know, at times I cut myself short. You know what I'm saying? Now where God has me now, and you know what I mean, what I'm doing. It's great, but man, I'm a competitor. But that does make me feel good. I don't want to take away from it, but that's just my truth and my reality.
There you go. Quincy Carter joins us right here on Dallas On Air. So, okay, we all know, you know, players who fall, you know, to the I guess the evils of the world or whatever, and cut their careers short left and right. We look at what Josh Gordon does in NFL, and I still don't understand how he keeps, you know, resurfacing, and it's like wow, you know, getting these chances after these chances. All right, I'm gonna ask you a real simple question, but I kind of want you to, you know, take me through it. How easy is it, because you're playing with a lot of money in your hands, a lot of money in your pockets? How easy is it to lose focus as a professional athlete?
Oh man, like waking up in the morning. Yeah, one bad female friend, one bad dude you might meet in the club that, you know, you think has the world, and you can get the access to everything that you possibly want. Heck, one bad night. Yeah, you know, you sitting around drinking and ain't paying attention to your drink, and somebody slipped something in there, and it takes you on a whole nother trip. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's easy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is that a product of having, like certain people, you see certain stuff happen, like here in Dallas, Errol Spence or whatever, he had the crash, whatever, and I went to high school with him. And the first thing I think is like, does he have too many people around him that's telling him yes? Too many yes men around him. Is that a product of yes men?
It just depends on the circumstances, Walt. But yes, I mean that could be a factor. Your family, tugging on you 24/7 and not letting you breathe and giving you the infrastructure that you need to be successful. And now you're going other places to find it,
Right?
Instead of within your own structure of your family. You know what I mean? So it's case by case, man. What gets us, man?
I've always wondered this. So we know the story, how you left the Cowboys. Everybody knows that. It's been brought up. They did a whole documentary on it about the Dallas Cowboys because you and Romo's fates were kind of intertwined because of that. And that's an interesting story for sure. But I want to get on your perspective because imagine this. You're in 2003. You just arguably had your best season as a starter. I mean, you had the full season, and you just led them to the playoffs. I mean, you should be on the top of the world. There's no doubt you're going to be the starter in 04 in training camp. The other guys behind you, you've already established you're ahead of them, and then you get cut. What's going through your head? Are you angry? Are you self-pity? Are you angry at the Cowboys? What's going on with you right there at that moment?
Honestly, at that moment, I was angry with the Cowboys.
Right.
I just, things I thought were at that time weren't handled like, of course I wanted them to. But man, in hindsight, 2020, we talking about the Cowboys and this big business, man. This is America's team.
Yeah.
And so, you fail a test and things have been talked about behind closed doors. And they, the Cowboys did what they needed to do to protect that star. So at the time, yes, I was upset with the Cowboys. But in looking at hindsight, it's like anything, man. I mean, let's be honest with you. I had the owner of America's team, in full support. So I made a decision that cost me my job. That's the bottom line.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was just about to ask you, what's your relationship like with Jerry?
What
is it now? What is it now? What was it in the past? What's it now?
What's funny? I'm in recovery. And so, we got, and I'm laughing about it because it's funny what I'm getting ready to say. But some people out in AA, they know, like, we got this 9th step. You got to make your amends. And so I've been trying to, no, for real, because I caused them some hardship. Because I really believe, man, and you can ask the Keith Davises, the heart of that team.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That's my dog, man. Jaylon Smith, man, KG, Flozell Adams, man. We had a tight-knit team, bro. No, we really did, man. We hung together. You know what I mean? I was a very tight-knit team. So anyway, I owe him an amends. but I'm trying to get in touch with. I haven't talked to Jerry since 04, 05.
Wow.
I was surprised because they brought you the at least the media side of the website for that documentary. They brought you on board, so I thought maybe you could have like, hey, do you have Jerry's?
No, I stayed in Grapevine. I stayed at the hotel in Grapevine.
You drive up to listen. We're cool with Dax and Pops.
It's not even that. After I told you what happened after that night of the show, Jerry rolled up on Pop, so we know he watched the show.
Yeah.
So he will get a clip of this. So we might be able to make that happen.
Quincy, I'm sorry about that. I've been a little too busy counting my billions of dollars.
And look, as mad as I was at Jerry, man, I'll be honest with you, man. And I gotta say this, man. That's a good dude, bro. That's good dude. He really love us, man. Now he's got to be a businessman,
right?
He's a businessman. But man, that's a good heart. I know good-hearted people.
It doesn't matter what happens with all the drama we've seen with the Dallas Cowboys, with players leaving. They may hate everybody else on the team, but Jerry never. I swear, nobody hates Jerry.
Right?
We never just completely lose shit over him doing it.
Even with the TL situation, when he left,
because we know who fired him.
Stephon.
Because this guy will call you in his office. He will talk to you. He's not one of those. I play for the Jets. You know what I mean? I don't know who the Johnson & Johnson brothers even look like. The Johnson & Johnson family even look like.
Yeah.
So, huh?
The Johnston,
I don't. Woody,
Yeah,
Woody Johnson.
yeah.
Really? I
That's
didn't
the
know.
Johnson family.
as in like the bandages.
Yes.
As in the vaccine.
Yeah.
So you think the Jets got this vaccine up there?
That's why I failed.
They own
That's why I take it out of the market.
They own the Jets.
Yeah.
Breaking news right here on Dallas on there.
Tovash learns.
Tovash.
learns. Well, I'm glad that you. I'm telling you right now. That's our mission. We're gonna try to get Jerry.
That's not gonna be hard at all. That's not gonna be
We're
hard.
gonna find Jerry to get in touch with you.
But go ahead.
Well, I just had a quick question, man, because I want to piggyback off what you just said.
It's just gonna be a real. It's gonna be. It's not gonna be a shot question, is it?
Those questions are asked off air.
Okay,
Off
okay.
air. No, in all seriousness, though, man, a lot of people they look at it and they think that players, especially players of color, okay, black players.
Mm-hmm.
When we had the whole thing that was going on with the whole anthem and people standing and all that different stuff or kneeling, whatever, everyone said, "Oh, Jerry, he makes those guys do this, that, and the other." But I've heard people from Michael Irvin to Zeke and Dak, and I know those guys play on the current team. Would it be safe to say that Jerry allows guys to be themselves on the team? Because there's this misconception that I think that people have towards Jerry that he runs this team with an iron fist and nobody can have a say. It's just what Jerry says is what happens. Can you speak to that, man? I mean, does he allow the players to kind of be themselves as players and kind of express themselves as they see fit?
Well, I'll be honest, he allowed me to be myself. But I wasn't the Michael Irvin guy,
Right.
who's gonna be, outspoken. I wasn't Dion. When I was playing, we drafted 11 guys, rookies. We had Darren Woodson there. Emmett was still was finishing up his last couple of years, so it wasn't a bunch of guys around that was boisterous. So I can't really speak to that. But then you watch the 80s and the 90s. It was some guys who Hollywood. That was Tex Schramm, wasn't it? But
Michael Irvin, I mean, he got into
Michael Irvin, exactly. So I think so. The way, and I think I know what you're alluding to, with him being in the middle of everything, man. He just loves his product and the Cowboys, and he wants to oversee and make sure he's got hands on every facet of it. That's a good businessman. People don't understand that, but now I do get the football aspect of it. Now, what is going too far? But I own the Cowboys, right?
Right.
So,
he's protected all the way around the board. I mean, this guy is
so yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think football decisions should stay within a structure of the football realm of people who's been around there. But let's be honest. Now he was in Arkansas playing football. Was with the Jimmy.
So who do we blame for getting you Troy Hambrick? Who takes the fall for that?
So that's my boy. Well, Well,
Don't let him do it, man. Don't let him do it.
Something that's
takes
my
the fall for
dog.
that?
Man, look, we had a nice three-man tandem though with Troy, Avion Kason, and Richard
Avion
Anderson.
Kason,
Yeah.
It was the most oddest group, but we got it together. Man. We got it done though.
They were all
We
coaches, players.
Okay, so you
know
talked-
something.
you
You know something.
You talked about your relationship with Parcells. What was that with Campo? What was it like with Dave Campo?
Man, Coach Campo was cool, man. Coach Campo invited me to Connecticut, man, to his house to meet his family. I played in a golf tournament up there with me, Darren Woodson, remember Kenyon Rambo?
Yeah, I remember Kenyon
man,
Rambo.
we were up at his house, man. That's my dude, man. Yes, man. He loved us, But there's good head coaches and then there's good coordinators.
That's what
And I think he's always been kind of, in that role of being just a good coordinator, great guy.
Yeah,
but
it's like Wade
the
Phillips.
head coaching, maybe. You know what I mean?
I always said Wade Phillips, his time in Dallas, he was not a strong head coach, but as a coordinator, he's one of the best in the NFL history. So that's why, and Campo the same way. Campo, people forget, was a great assistant coach under Jimmy. and especially in the '90s Cowboys. And you know, Jimmy's assistants had a lot of hands-on.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy was a big part of it, but he was hands-on. So yeah, I was just interested because you had two different head coaches. Because Parcells is the iron fist, like he'll tower over you, like Jovar said, but Campo's kind of like the buddy. But I watched the Hard Knocks on O2. He just had a big party at his house and just, hey, what's up, guys?
But trial by error, though, man. Trial by error, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, you know, I mean, let's be honest with you. His first head coaching job in Dallas.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's give my guy a break.
He came after. Was he before or after Chan Gailey?
After.
Okay, because I was going to say you got a kind of hard shoe to fill when you go from Jimmy to Switzer, who bought in the Super Bowl. Then they go to Chan Gailey, and that was
By the way,
dumpster fire.
Have you noticed that if you go try to search, you cannot find a head coach picture when he was Chan Gailey coaching the Cowboys? Actually, you always find pictures of him somewhere
Bills,
else.
yeah.
But you
Pittsburgh or
can't. It's like that. Those 2 years with Chan Gailey has been erased from the Cowboys.
history, yeah.
I don't know why. It's just weird.
It needs to be. That's why.
But I want to ask you this: what got you into just giving back and coaching? Because now that's what your life is now, and I really think you don't have to do it, but why? What brought you back to trying to help out the younger generation and trying to get them better at the game and life in general?
Well, I literally went to school to be a coach. I studied sports studies. Haven't finished. Got to hurry up and finish. For my mom just keeps talking about it, getting on my nerve. But
do what you gotta do, man.
I've got to finish too. But I literally have always wanted to be a coach. My career, after I got hurt in Abilene, 2009. I started getting into coaching then as far as having my own quarterback school. Went back home, coached for about 3 or 4 years. Really, nobody really never knew up in Dawsonville, Georgia, country town up north of Alpharetta and Forsyth County. So I've always, done, some private lessons. But now, to be honest with you, I'm I would say you never over, but I'm living right, in recovery, and so now I can be out more where I want to be,
right,
and shining and doing it the right way. Now I have done it, for years, but it was eating me up inside to literally be talking to some of these kids and then going home and doing something opposite of what I'm preaching. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. And that started to eat at me, me working on myself had to come first. But it's I'm giving these kids something out on that field, but I'll be honest with you, what they're giving me back and the lessons I'm being able to teach them and then see it, them going out on the field and performing some things we've worked on. Man, that's a blessing, man. It's a blessing in itself. It's so fulfilling, man.
Do you want to do, are you thinking high school, coming back to college? Where do you want to start?
I'm going back to high school. When that time is right. When God's timing is right, I'm going coaching back in high school. The hours, Bill Parcells hours in pro football, if you want to be that great, them hours you got to put in it. I missed much time out of my kids' life already as it is. I ain't missing no more. So that high school level is it for me. That college coaching, 6 in the morning, pro coach 6 in the morning, and then leaving
10 and night and back,
That's
back.
why I didn't understand what people kept saying. When Roma retired, they're like, "Oh, let's bring him coach." The account was like. He gets paid $25 million to talk about.
You gotta love that life.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't love that aspect of coaching. No.
I got just a quick 2 questions here, okay? And they're both football related here. So the first,
thank God.
Yeah, the first one is going to be this, man. Who was that defensive back, man, that you hated to see coming, man? That one defensive back, no matter what time it was, this is going to be a long, rough day. That, and then I want to know, what are your thoughts about this upcoming Cowboys season? This team that they have constructed right now, where do you think they can go? Where do you think they should go?
We know how you feel about the quarterback already.
Man, you know something?
I like
it. I threw my first touchdown pass on Champ Bailey. And so
he was great.
And so we practice together all the time. So I'll be honest with you, after doing that, because, that was the only guys you really played twice a year.
Champ was like, that's what he's like.
So I had some confidence against some guys. It was just a matter of me just
tell him nothing.
really working on my skills and getting getting better as a quarterback. But man, that's tough for me to say. And then my competitive nature, like, bruh, I can't answer that
Can't
question.
none of y'all see me out here.
No, it ain't that you can't see me, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't going up to the huddle like, to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh,
you're not scared of anybody.
No, I
You're
know
just-
what you're saying, but I'm for real. Like, it wasn't nobody.
I
Like,
like
I'm
that,
not
though.
like I'm not gonna throw to your side because I beat champ.
Yeah.
So T. Will was nothing then, right?
Yeah.
Who's T. Will? I don't even know about his nickname.
Terrence Will?
Terrence Newman, you mean?
I'm sorry,
T.
Terrence
New.
Newman. Terrence Newman.
I just seen T. New the other day too.
Terrence
And,
Williams, get out of my head.
Yeah.
What are you bringing up body catchers for?
Yeah.
We're not talking about people catching about their body.
No, but I didn't play it. But he was on my team.
Right, but in
In practice?
Yeah.
No, man, I practiced against champ.
Yeah, that was.
I
that was
practiced
a
against
whole
champ
nother
in college every day.
Oh, okay.
level.
Okay.
Georgia, yeah.
Yeah. So
listen,
I'll be honest with
Your
you.
first touchdown against Champ Bailey. That's got to.
But it started in practice in '98. It started in practice in '98. I'll be honest with you.
So you've been cooking them for a long time.
I'm
That's
not saying that.
I'm just saying.
See,
Hey,
we just
hey.
trying to- Ain't nobody saying that. Ain't nobody saying
what
that,
he's
man.
trying
We're
to
gonna put it right there in quotes.
You see each other,
Champ
man,
Bailey
What my
said-
guy, what my guy's trying to say here is he's
Man,
had
watch
Champ
out,
on 350 for a long time, and
That's
that's
Champ
That's all
Bailey, you're
I'm
more
trying
than
to
welcome
say,
to come
man.
on BFB and challenge.
my
We
guy.
got to see.
Let me ask you this.
But wait, but before you do that,
Go on.
it's another
Oh
question.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
The
sorry.
Cowboys
Yeah.
2021.
What they got going.
Man, you know something? What I really want to see, now that we got this money thing out the way,
Yeah.
now we can sit down and eat
You
comfortable. Yeah.
No more.
I
ramen.
want to see us get back to running this football.
Okay.
What Dak was in 2016, man, was perfection.
Okay.
You know, running the ball, keeping his defense off the field. We can't name 6, 7 Pro Bowlers from that defense, can we, like that, who just balled out?
I don't know. Walt thinks
from
Michael
from
Parsons.
16 or
16.
16? From 16, no.
We
I-
kept them off the field, though.
Yeah.
We did a great job of keeping them off
I
the
don't
field. We
remember
ran the
no
ball,
damn team.
play action. Now we're in the shotgun, and we're back to Ohio State with Zeke at Ohio State.
RPO.
Yeah, I don't know
Johnson.
where we went with this thing.
I
where
think
we're
you're
going,
making a
so.
good point because the way Zeke's been looking, he's looking very slim. What? I didn't say I'm happy with him. I'm just saying.
What?
He's very
Wait,
critical.
wait a minute.
He's very critical. of
Quincy
one
Carter
Zeke
coming
or
here now.
whatever.
You want to try to talk all nice about Zeke?
I'm saying he looks slim now. I didn't say he's gonna go for 10,000 yards. Chill out.
He's only going for 15.
So basically, what he's trying to
That's
say
all.
is, okay,
15.
so in today's NFL,
We don't pay running backs.
There's a whole bunch of guys
We should.
who speak behind a microphone and speak on the radio or whatever, who try to dispel and bury the running back and saying running backs are pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah.
We don't want to get the running back paid. We
Okay,
don't
time
want
out,
the
time out.
we don't want the running back to
You don't have to pay him.
You
You don't have to pay him. You can find somebody else in the draft.
So with Zeke, we already we know that it's a body thing with him. It's a behavioral thing with him. It's a money thing with Zeke. So basically, it's always something with Zeke, right? So you just mentioned that you want him to be more involved in the upcoming season, and I want to agree with you, especially seeing him the other day on Twitter and Instagram. His body looks amazing, and so now you incorporate Zeke and you got these receivers outside. So and you just paid your quarterback finally, but how important this year will Zeke be for Dak, especially coming off the injury and especially coming off that contract?
Very important. He's always been very important. But can we get our defense off the field and give them some rest?
Yeah.
Run the ball, and like you just said, we bringing these guys up in the box now. We 1-on-1 with CD and
Oh my God.
and the receivers we got. So
Cooper.
it's just Cooper. Yeah, draw the blank on him.
Not Julio Jones.
Gallup.
Gallup, I love Gallup too.
Thank you.
But now these tight end, who did we draft for tight end? We draft one.
Well, we got Blake Jarwin, who's the starter,
yeah.
and then Dalton Schultz, the
Balled out.
who I'm most surprised. I thought Dalton Schultz was the worst tight end.
Jervin got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Blake
Jarwin
got
got hurt.
89 got hurt.
Schultz came in last
Exactly.
year, and he made me like, okay, he can actually play football now.
Wait, but just a few weeks
But it
ago,
was
you wanted
somebody-
Kyle Pitts over him.
Of course, if
Why not?
you don't know football, if you don't think Kyle Pitts is coming here and dominate
And walk in and be the number one.
Kyle Pitts is would have changed if the Cowboys had drafted him. We would be all celebrating because Dak would have 10,000
Hell,
touchdowns.
that would be celebrating.
But
I'm just kind
But
of.
honestly, man, who sacrifices themselves if that's what the team goes to running the football? You know, just hindsight thinking, which one of those receivers, you know, keeps their ego in check and say, hey, okay, I might have 900 yards instead of having 1,400.
Well, none of
You
them
know.
None of them really seem to be like ego guys. I mean, I'm sure they
Okay,
all
no, I'm
fall,
just saying, but if that, you know, comes to play, because that hasn't come to play, what's come to play right now is we're going to try to get you the ball. Now, you know, when Dak got hurt, we know it's a different circumstance, and we don't have that guy, so they understand.
Amari Cooper's
But
hamstrings
now,
hurt,
what if
didn't
that happens? So, you know, it's a lot of factors that goes in to how they play this thing out. So, man, we'll see. But, man, I really want us to get back to, running that football, play action, man. And now we got a whole wide.
And the biggest thing for that is offensive line. If that offensive line is healthy again,
It's true.
I mean, that's the biggest thing because that's why. I mean, I know Dak didn't get hurt per se or that way, but Dak was struggling because the offensive line, the whole first part of the season, just opened it up.
Now, we had a situation here with the Cowboys where a lot of jersey swapping's been going on. And Mr. Jaylon Smith, some people in the room don't like him because he swipes at the ground and stuff like that. I think that has nothing to do with his play or anything like that. I think it was just, like he said, and a lot of players said, it was a bad playbook, bad system that they were running last year.
Stop defending him.
Anyway, so he's wearing number 9 now. That's Tony Romo's jersey. And then, of course, people are upset about him wearing the number 9 jersey, and that has nothing to do with him per se. I mean, you guys didn't go through that back in the day where people wanted to wear a certain jersey number. If you got a jersey number, you wore it and you went out there and did your thing. Mm-hmm. So this whole thing new to you about? And then I think it's the NFL advice or the team that make you buy it.
They get the single digit. Yeah, that just hurts me when you say that. Like you got to buy number from the NFL. Oh.
Well, they had to they buy out
the rest of the inventory.
Oh God,
You're paying like almost.
But that seems like a lot. What Jaylon was willing to do.
Well, you ain't moving no units. You got a lot of money to pay.
You gonna have a lot of angry. You gonna have a lot of angry fans though. You're like, I just bought this 54. Now he's number 9.
Trust nobody complained about Jaylon. No one had a Jaylon.
But I'm just saying, in a general,
you gotta be ashamed of yourself.
in the general scape of it.
Jaylon Smith jersey just tomorrow, just for
I thought we were getting the sunglasses.
Oh, we already got those. Those are
well. Let me ask you this: so with Jaylon doing all this, okay, so Jaylon's coming off a season where where he's not really that liked by a lot of the fans.
By you.
I'm leading the charge. He doesn't look like he just his play on the field and his comments. He seems like he's more about the business life. He's all about the sunglasses now. And then all of a sudden, instead of talking about, hey, we're going to change this upcoming season, football, he's coming out like, I want number 9 now. That was my college number. And I just talk. And then he goes out on a press conference. Instead of saying, hey, I got it because I liked it, he goes, I'm going to start the legacy because of Romo and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you putting attention to yourself? Wasn't it a little too much for somebody who should be focusing on the game rather?
Man, listen, been in that locker room. Hey, man, listen, we do anything we can to motivate ourselves, to motivate the team, and whatever we got to do. I know this. I know those guys get behind Jaylon Smith, man. So whatever it is, I'm pretty sure there's been some conversation with Tony Romo. I think they were teammates at one point. Yeah, first year. I'm pretty sure that conversation has happened. You know, there's a lot of things go on behind the scenes. So, man, whatever gets these guys motivated. I know what you're saying. You're a Romo fan. I've watched the show. I'm a fan of the show. You are a true Romo fan. Yeah. So that's you. That's what this is about. You know what I mean?
Hold on, QC.
Oh, wait, no. Jaylon, no. My issues with Jaylon, I don't know, honestly, it doesn't matter about the jersey. That doesn't matter.
Add sauce to it.
No, because you know why he was wearing 54, which was Randy White's number, and I don't know why. I don't care what number he wears. My problem with him is, and I have a problem with Jaylon Smith, the player, is that his play on the field and then what he's doing off the field doesn't compute. There's nothing to do with the Romo thing. He could wear Romo's number all
You
he
know what
wants.
his problem is, and everybody else? They act like Romo bought the team a Super Bowl or something.
No, I don't.
Wait a minute.
Like that number 9, number 9 needs to be retired.
He's a grinder though, man.
Okay, that's fine. He's a grinder.
He's
but,
in that
but,
complex.
but you know what? He kept told us watch the film, right?
Yeah.
I did watch the film. There's a play. There's a thing, and guess what? He comes in 10 seconds after the play and then does a swipe. I'm like, you didn't do anything.
QC, I explained.
I did that in football. I got chewed out.
I explained this to him, QC. I said the reason why he is here and he's going to be here. Jerry Jones likes the fact that he gives him 1,000% on the field. Whether he is getting burnt, toasted, cooked, whatever, misses tackle at some point in the game or on a play, you say, "Damn, Jaylon Smith." You say his name at some point on defense,
So I'm
and
supposed
Jerry
to
Jones
like
likes
that?
that. Jerry Jones likes that.
You can count on him.
He's giving.
Okay, but
How many games he missed?
Listen.
How many games he missed?
Okay,
He
fine.
play. He plays.
Let me ask you a question. When in high school, they could always count on me on EA.
Well, no, we're not talking about high school.
No. In high school, coaches could count. I was right there, but guess what? Coaches looked at me and said, "So get your ass back to the sideline." they told me, "Get my ass back to the sideline," because I couldn't play. I sucked.
But he updated his resume a couple years ago, especially the year when they went on the street when we got Amari and they went on that 7-game winning streak.
He did well
He was
then.
a big proponent of what was going on the defense.
Right, and then he virtually in the next season completely just dismantles it all.
Okay, but they bought in new.
So now we're blaming the defensive coordinator now.
Right, because you bought in a new system.
Anytime your
When
defense,
you ask,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got.
Well, I was just gonna say, anytime the majority of your defense is saying, "Hey, this guy, we don't believe in him," talking about the coaching staff, I can't look at the players and say, I mean, yeah, they still need to play and make plays, but I give them a pass in a sense, okay? Because it's like, man, these guys, they don't like being here playing for this guy. This guy clearly doesn't know what the hell he's doing. That was the whole thing that we saw the whole time last year with Mike Nolan. So I just say get him back into a defense that he's comfortable with, and I think he's going to play well, man.
QC, can you please explain to everybody at home and this guy right here? When you bring in a coordinator like that and you switch things up, you don't just come out the next year and just everything just turns. It should be gold.
It has to jail. I think he knows that.
If that's the case, they wouldn't have fired him.
And the scheme changes. The scheme changes.
He was also having problems in the last year with Richard too, just to let you know. Just saying,
Man, it wasn't Rashard. It was the other coach, Ben. He was like the linebacker.
Eberflus.
No, that's Matt Eberflus. I'm talking about Ben.
Ben Bloom.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, that's right. Yeah.
And so he's on notice. And so, I mean, I think he needs to atone for his last year. And so, 2021 pretty much remains to be unseen.
Because Micah
We'll
Parsons
find out.
is right under.
You got guys nipping at your heels now.
We drafted for quality.
Shape your ass
We
up.
want to put a little fear on some people on that defense. Let them know you slip up. I got this youngster right here ready to go. Try me.
Your job's on the line, sir.
QC, man, we want to thank you for coming by here, man. Now, listen, I want to tell you something personally. It really irks me when you say Quincy Carter and everybody, first thing they say, they want to bring up your drug or whatever. And I'm like, man, stop doing that to that man. Sit down and have a conversation. I promise you, if you have a conversation with him, you won't even, that thought won't even go in your head where this man is at right now. So I definitely want to commend you on the recovery that you're doing.
Absolutely.
And tell you, man, keep it up, man. I watch whenever you post a video you doing the Cowboy. I mean, not the Cowboy, with the youngsters and the football train. I watch it and I can tell when you're making the videos. I hear you talking to them. I can tell this is something you love doing, and this is something you're gonna be doing for a while. And I'm very happy and proud of what you're doing, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. And thanks for having me too, man. I'm a fan of the show too.
We were glad. You know what I was thinking about you when we had you. I remember the pandemic was just starting, and we had you on the phone, and like we were like, "Well, come on down." We didn't know like what the
Everything.
hell we were about to go through. Right?
Exactly.
And now 1 year later, it just feels fucking amazing just to be back. We're all in person, having a good time, and we were glad. And please don't make this the last time we come in.
First in
Will
studio
not.
guest
Will not.
since the pandemic.
Right.
There you go.
I mean,
Wow.
exactly. And we loved it. And it's, of course, greatness when you have Mr. Quincy Carter coming in here. Because
I appreciate that, man.
I'm
Straight
telling you
up.
right now,
Straight up.
Cowboys fans, they should know this. You brought us out from the darkness. From that.
Hey, I appreciate it.
And
Very,
that's
very
what
dark place.
that's what I was saying when Tobias said this is the biggest guest we got, and I was like, and I was telling you earlier, I was like, man, I don't think you understand when your name comes up. Like I say, whether they like you or dislike you, it's going around. Like I think they just had a conversation about you on the radio a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah, like your name is still in rotation around here, regardless of what happened.
Yeah.
You have anything, Bosh?
I'm good.
You look like you're about to, are you okay?
Oh, no, I'm going back and I'm recollecting on everything, pretty much from Madden to those days.
I used to run the hell out
bro,
of you on Madden.
I'm telling you,
Man, they run the hell out of you, man.
sure
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
What was your
Try back
best
and you
score?
scramble right and left.
What's your best? What was your overall in Madden? You remember?
79.
That's pretty good.
No, because
Speed was it.
what it was.
Lower? Hold on.
What it was?
No, for real. The speed was pretty good.
No, what it was.
Where people
What it was is when you couldn't get Mike Vick, you say, "All right, I'm gonna go get Quincy Carter. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go get. Well, you gonna get Mike Vick? Fine. I'm gonna go get Quincy Carter.
It was Vic, Carter, and McNabb.
Yeah.
McNair and Culpepper too.
Oh yeah.
McNair and Culpepper
Go
too.
around with those guys, yeah.
Listen, regardless of what happens, you could always go get yourself an old video game and say, "I'm in a video game."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Billy,
Exactly.
can you tell people where they can find you turncoat net?
I've never turncoated.
That's so
Sucking up in the back.
so not
when
true.
the cameras turn off, Mr. Carter.
Never. Guys, check me out. I'm on Twitter at Radio Guy Ray, also on Instagram at Radio Guy Ray. Quincy, again, this has been an absolute pleasure for me, man. I've always been a fan for a very long time.
You started
man.
doing it. Right?
And no, I just I'm glad that be here in the studio with you, man. Picked up some good information, man. It's a pleasure, man.
You want to show them your Facebook of you with your guns?
No. That's
We had to pull. Okay,
that's not
okay.
appropriate right now. We have to
Okay.
keep that under wraps. Cat, let's go ahead.
You don't want to go in
I'm trying to make it home. I'm trying to make it home. I'm trying to make it home.
Can you tell?
Yes, ladies and especially ladies, you can follow me at Twitter at EA Sports DFW, and of course EOSOT60 on the gram because we do it for the gram.
Yeah, of course.
Ladies, if you want to get that, you don't have to go get the vaccine. I got it. I got the antibodies in me. So, if you want me to give you those antibodies? Just talk to me. Okay, just talk to me.
Spreading them out.
And also, Mavericks, they're gonna win. They're gonna Kristaps Porzingis game, 50 points.
Yeah, it's gonna be KP.
3-0. We're going.
Well,
3-0.
I don't know about 50. I don't know about 50. That's pretty hard.
25 short of that.
Yeah,
I'll still take that.
I may go 30.
I'm calling it right now. I'm saying I believe in it. I believe in it.
Vosh, can you tell the ladies, and because of the Me Too movement, we have to tell the fellas where they can find you at?
At Tovash10 on Twitter, Tovash Hatch on
Don't want
Instagram,
anybody, QC.
and if you're looking for real estate inside the AAC, if Kristaps puts up more than 20 shots, there'll be a lot of bricks.
Wow.
Hashtag Acme.
And that's coming from a guy who's going to be at the game tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be at.
He's going to be at the game.
I
Go
hope KP
find him.
I hope KP look.
Go find at Tobias Chin tomorrow. You're gonna have the AAC jumping tomorrow. You gotta do whatever you can to get it jumping.
I'll try.
Who are we calling out? The cocaine and
the cocaine and boob job.
yeah, boob
crowd?
job people who sit down in front row.
Yeah.
Can you get them to
Send
get
them
hype?
up top and then send the
Bring
good
down
fans
the
down.
300 fans.
I need you to get them hype. I need
Get
you
my
to get
man
them.
Gordon down there.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Aaron Gordon?
Nah, our buddy
what
Gordon.
happened? Gordon
He's up in section 320 because they don't have a section 420, is what he say on the postgame show. So,
That's funny. That's
so
funny.
they don't have a
I'm
section
surprised you
Get my
have
guy
KP.
down there.
You two, his club activities is the same thing as you. So
Well, actually, he goes to the club more than I do.
He just paid for 50,
That's right.
50 large ones.
During the playoffs, I still don't understand that part. And then then he goes on the air and says, yeah, we celebrated too much last
LeBron
night,
did
but
the same thing.
and I was like, didn't you just come from the strip club? But whatever.
What?
Oh, we don't do that. We don't do that around here. We don't do that around here. It's not dropping dimes. You're
Yeah.
snitching.
Well, yeah. Why you
snitching?
snitching?
Okay, well,
Snitching.
tell them where we can find you in your Phoenix Suns.
Oh,
polo.
actually, we need to ask Mr.
Oh, that's true, yes,
QC, thank you again. Can you tell people where, if you want to, they can follow you on social media and anything like that you want to promote?
Quincy Carter. Actually, what am I getting ready to say first? So stop distracting me. Say it's QuincyCarter17.com, my website, and then on Facebook, Quincy Lavon Carter.
Okay.
There we go.
Yep.
Man, and the camps or whatever, that's another thing somebody was asking me. How can they sign up for your camps? How do they go on the website? That
Go on the website, yep, and contact info is there.
you're in
QuincyCarter17.com. I'm based in Austin, but I come up here to Dallas, once a week. I get over to Waco. for a day. Get over to Houston. Get over to San Antonio
All over
for
the
a day.
Okay, so you all
Yeah.
over Texas.
I want to hit them all.
Okay, all right, all right.
Move around.
Yeah, we want to thank Barry Best for the food that he bought out there for Quincy Carter.
Yeah.
That's some good barbecue that he had there. We want to thank Camp over there on the ones and twos.
Mm.
You can follow me. I'm so tired of this guy.
Sorry, Cat.
That's 4.
Sorry, Jansen.
At QB Broadcast.
Jansen's gonna murder him one day.
Walt Chisholm on Facebook. You can follow the show. It is Business on Twitter. It is Business DFW on Facebook. And of course, for the gram,
Oh, God.
best.for.businessdfw. And of course, EA, where else can they find us?
On YouTube, please subscribe to YouTube at Best for Business DFW. All over, find us Best for Business. Subscribe, or you're not friends anymore.
Well,
okay?
not even that. Me and Billy are giving away a Luka Doncic jersey over there, okay? After the Mavericks run in the playoffs, we're going to do a raffle. Anybody that subscribed, your name is in there. We're going to raffle off a Luka Doncic jersey. Yes, Fox. Luka Doncic. Me and Billy are going to, once it's over with and we draw your name, we're going to get your address and everything. We're going to ship it to you personally. We're going to have it shipped. We're going to pay for shipping and handling.
It's better than my idea. I was going to raffle off a date with me, but I didn't think that would give
They
it.
don't want that. They don't want to throw that away. It's just, ugh.
Let me-
Yeah, we don't want to lose viewers. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
tough, man.
That's true.
What you want to give them that vaccine? You want to come to the confused. That's only for the ladies. But yeah, go to bFb, subscribe to the channel. You can win a Luka Doncic jersey. And ain't that cheap Luka Doncic jersey? What is that? They
No,
sell
not the
Kroger?
one that do with Albertsons
Yeah,
and all
no,
that.
no,
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 not
no,
that.
no.
The ones they got over the hanger were so
Yeah,
At the hanger, yeah.
We're gonna spend some money on this thing. So subscribe at the end of the Mavericks run. We're gonna raffle this thing off. We're gonna pay shipping and handling and ship it to you. And me and Billy will be on tomorrow night after the Mavericks game for post game, Mavs post game. Like we always do. People love that. They're gonna taking their shots to that Tobosh 10. And do we have it confirmed that after the game, post game, we are gonna have you join us at some point?
I won't be here
No.
per se. I'll probably be at the bar, you know.
Right. But we are gonna get word from you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Tobosh
live coverage
He's gonna
after
be-
the game from
he'll
that
be
Tobosh
wandering
10.
around 18, the little plaza.
I'll be
there.
right outside where Dirk's statue should be, broadcasting live with you guys.
Thank you again to Quincy Carter, man. You are welcome back anytime, anything.
Yeah, I
anytime.
appreciate it, man. I really
that
do.
seat right there is yours anytime you want it. Kat, thank you again. Hey,
Man,
keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Always do what's best for business. And if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.